Should you be supplementing electrolytes? It's first important to understand what electrolytes are. They're minerals that are found in your blood, sweat, and cells, and they're responsible for things like hydration, muscle contraction, and nerve signaling. The main electrolytes that people often talk about are sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Sodium helps pull fluid into the bloodstream, potassium helps move that fluid into your cells, magnesium is responsible for muscle relaxation, and calcium is responsible for muscle contraction. Now, whether or not they're over or under consumed is totally dependent on your specific diet, but on average, sodium is often overconsumed because of high processed foods. On the contrary, potassium, magnesium, and calcium are often underconsumed because they're found in things like fruits, vegetables, and whole foods, which not many people get a lot of. If you're an endurance athlete or heavy sweater, if you train in hot or humid weather, or you complete a long or intense workout, you definitely should be supplementing electrolytes, specifically sodium-heavy electrolyte powders, because sodium is what you lose the most in sweat. This graph shows you exactly how much of each electrolyte you lose per sweat per hour based on the zone heart rate effort. Now, if you find yourself not working out very often, maybe you have an office job, or even if you do work out and it's a low effort like a zone 2 run, then you don't need to be supplementing electrolytes because you're not losing very much, and even if you do lose some, you can replenish that through diet. Now, when does supplementing actually make sense? Besides supplementing sodium after a high intense workout, if you find your diet to be lacking in fruits, veggies, and other things, you might want to consider supplementing things like potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Now, there are a lot of brands that push electrolyte powders. It's important to look at their blends and whether or not they're high in sodium, because unless you're sweating a lot, you definitely do not need to be consuming more salt.